It is the most incredible day here today in the Lake District National Park. I'm parked up at Glen Ridding, and today I'm going to climb the third highest mountain in England, and that is Helvellyn. We're going to go via the edges, so we're going to take on Striding Edge and Swirral Edge, hopefully, as well as getting Catsicam in as well. This is a route I've never done before. I've climbed Helvellyn a number of times, sometimes in some pretty bad conditions, but never via the edges. It's always something that I've been encouraged to steer clear of, and today I'm going to go very much against that and take on a lifelong dream of climbing Striding Edge. So Glen Ridding itself is a really beautiful place, loving it here on the shores of Elswater, not loving the extortionate car parking charges. I know that it goes towards the national park, but how am I supposed to know how long this is going to take? So I paid for 5 hours, £6.60. That is like a lot of cups of coffee, people. So I'm kind of just trying to calm down from that, and I refuse to pay 30p for the toilet as well. Again, like, it's great it goes to the national park, but for some of us that is a lot of our wage. Anyway, I paid it up. We're on the Glen Ridding Beck here, really lovely, just flowing down into the lake, and I'm going to head up this path and hopefully find a mountain.
The trail was quick to head out of town, and I exchanged outdoor shops and pubs for a surrounding of greenery and open air. It made for a wonderful walk, with the beck always on my right.
I cannot even begin to tell you how good it feels to be out today. I'm so excited to climb Helvellyn. I've just wanted to do this for ages and ages. The weather's not necessarily matched up with my ambitions, but today we're going to make it happen. Hopefully just really get some fantastic views along the way. I don't want to rush, never mind the car parking. I'm just going to soak this up and enjoy every step, because today we're out creating memories. Helvellyn via Myers Beck, yep, heading that way, that's what we want. Greenside Road, we don't want that one. This way it is then.
Very quickly the path began to ascend, so I settled into a steady pace that kept my legs and heart feeling strong. As expected, behind me the views began to open out spectacularly over the surrounding fells and lakes, and I couldn't help but stop and look back over and over again.
So Myers Beck then, which you heard me mention earlier, obviously that's back there, we've left it now, but basically if you were working on Swirral Edge, which will be coming down, that's when we'll pick that up. So we will get to see that later, which is cool. But obviously we're circling around up to Striding Edge. Honestly, like, heart is racing with excitement, not just because I'm going uphill. But yeah, just obviously today's going to be really busy because it's such a clear day, and Helvellyn is one of the busiest summits anyway. But we'll make of this what we can and just enjoy the journey, soak it up, and hopefully have a good story to share. We got a nice little breeze coming through now. That is very appealing, loving that. But it's just so great, I get such a thrill out of this. As you climb higher, of course, the views get more and more vast, and it's just so rewarding. You don't really have to get high in the lakes to experience fantastic views like these. Now obviously these are pretty much the most perfect conditions to be climbing this route today, and it's probably just worth saying that obviously anyone could come and climb Striding Edge or do the edges, a little bit of scrambling, sorted. But if this is new to you guys, I definitely recommend getting some other peaks under your belts first, and that way you can just get familiar with how to pace yourself and move in the mountains. Yesterday the weather was equally as lovely, and I was looking out across towards Haystacks. I saw a lady, she got airlifted off by a helicopter because she tripped and snapped her ankle apparently. So it can happen to anyone at any point, and it's just being wise, being prepared when you're in the mountains. Even on a clear day like this, anything can change, the weather, just like that. So it's just like knowing how to read things and just being vigilant, really. So if you're at that point where you're just too tired and you're switching off, that's when accidents are probably going to happen.
There were a few people further ahead than me on the trail, but not many, so instead I found myself accompanied by the ceaseless and cheery songs of skylarks, as though encouraging me forwards.
Wow, check out this view today. So we can see the entire horseshoe that we're going to be doing, all the way up Striding Edge, and then coming down Swirral Edge over Council Cam and dropping back down. Red Tarn should just be down there in the valley. That is so impressive. Oh, I love this mountain. I'm feeling a bit lost for words really. Just can't believe how beautiful it is today and how much I'm able to enjoy these fantastic views over the route that we're taking. It's so nice as well because looking over that way towards Rays, that's bringing back a lot of memories, and I have a lovely picture of Penny, our Westie. She just sat on the top with the view behind her and was basically like, take pictures of me. It was such a great day. So if I wanted to bypass Striding Edge and go down to Red Tarn, I'd take that track there. Obviously we're not doing that, but also from there you could join Swirral Edge. Also another thing, if it stays this windy on the edge, I'm gonna have to switch hats because I'm not having this one full to its death on Striding Edge. No sorry. Wow, look at that. That is beautiful. Down towards Red Tarn, we're getting closer with every step now. Love it. That's it. I wasn't going to leave it until it's too late. So hats officially been changed. Although this one's loose as well. I think my head has shrunk. My brain's got smaller. Right, onwards. Here we go, just about starting to get interesting. So we're zigzagging up over this dude, then we'll drop down and we're going to be taking on that epicness. It's such a visually stunning route. I'm just getting a glimpse of it obviously as I twist and turn, and every time I just gasp because it's so amazing. Obviously it's harsh and raw, but at the same time there's a real beauty to it, and this entire landscape as well. Oh flip, look at that. Wow, don't go tripping up, it's a long way to fall. As it turns out, main path doesn't go down that way. Rewind. Okay, good. Wow, look at this. How incredible.
I made sure to watch the placement of my every step and noted how the process brought me more fully into the moment. The challenge made me feel alive, and the views certainly added to the feeling.
This is interesting, isn't it? Since obviously this isn't my first time doing this route, it feels a little bit like a jigsaw puzzle, trying to figure out like which way is the best way to go. I mean, take a pick. Do we go that way, or that way, or that way? Well, it's not that way. It must be this way. Sound effects and everything. What a legit flip. Oh, we made it. I literally can't believe I just came down that. That is insane. That's amazing, but insane. Right, onwards. Well, if this is grade 1 scrambling, it's quite good to get a little feel for it. Really enjoying it. Obviously quite slow going, and I would absolutely not have even the slightest amount of skill to do this in winter conditions, but still so cool. I keep making my right knee do all the work carrying me up big steps by accident, but it's not good because that knee is dead. Wow, that is an impressive view. Back in my hat again. It's not so windy down this side, so it only feels right to be in my very own hat. Beneath this spot were found in 1805, Charles Goff, the remains of Charles Goff, called by Phil from the rocks. His dog was still guarding the skeleton 3 months later. Oh my gosh, that's crazy. Ugh. Don't want to add to that list.
I was slow to realise that I'd actually finished tackling the steepest section and was now on the final gentle ascent up to the summit, passing by a shelter wisely being used by folk trying to keep out of the wind. I held onto my hat and marvelled as the views opened out to the west, an endless horizon of mountains. Then it was onto the summit itself, a magical moment and a memory to treasure.
Whose idea was this? Yeah. Well, here it is, top of Helvellyn, 949 metres above sea level. We made it up Striding Edge. Wow, look at this place. Gosh, this is incredible.
Waving goodbye to the trig point, I walked on to the cairn marking the descent of Swirral Edge and looked down over the ridge below. I took a deep breath and then stepped out along the trail. It was bouldery and jagged and slow going, but great fun nonetheless, and I felt truly inspired by the landscape I was walking through.
Oh, solid ground. It's just the wrong angle. Trying to do this one-handed as well is definitely interesting. Cool. Hey, look at this. Proper balancing point there. Whew. So somehow we just came down through that. It's crazy. It's so crazy.
Now on the other side of the horseshoe, the sights over Glenridding Common and Rays were more airy and open, though I made sure to keep my eyes mostly focused on the path in front of me, since it was occasionally a little bit gnarly.
Oh, and here it is. We made it down from the craggier stuff and we're on a genuine path now. That was just the best thing ever. So as I've already mentioned, we're going to go up to the top of Catsy Cam, just leg it up there, 890 above sea level, so considerably lower than Helvellyn. Obviously from the top we're looking down over it anyway. And then we'll drop down to Red Tarn, I think. Oh, or will we? I'll decide that. We'll either go up and back down, or we'll go over the other side of Catsy Cam. But I actually would quite like to go down to Red Tarn because it just looks so beautiful But as I mentioned earlier as well, got to keep an eye on the time because of car parking. Just feels a bit surreal to be like, I need to get back because I'm going to get a ticket when you're out here, like, and one slip could take your life or break your leg or something. Just trying to figure that one out.
I found it amazing looking down over Red Tarn, watching as the wind blew across the surface like some horizontal display of fireworks. It was quite a sight.
Alrighty, so if I wanted to go down to Red Tarn, I would go that way. I'm going to go up this way, up to there. Let's get climbing. I actually think like every summit now is just going to feel like a doddle compared to that. Like, I still can't believe it. Like, just that last little bit, just feel like, oh, I'm at the top. Like, for some reason I just thought it was longer, but I think when you're really having fun and enjoying yourself, time just flies by, and it sure did. But it's amazing because you can see all the people silhouetted up there now, and it's much busier than when we were walking it.
The ascent was quick, simple and rewarding, so I took my time and watched my pace, enjoying a final sense of freedom as I worked towards the summit.
Last few steps up to the top. Oh, look at that. Here we go, summit of Catsicam. Oh, looking back down over Ullswater. Woo!
The entire horseshoe that I'd walked that morning was clearly visible and looked beautiful in the afternoon light, whilst Ullswater glistened in the sun to the northwest. And once again I found myself eyeing up the switchbacking path heading up Glenridding Common. Definitely a walk for another day.
Alright, that's enough fun for today. Let's get down off these mountains. I have an hour and a half to get back to the car. I really don't want to leave. I haven't actually stopped yet, so I can stop when I get to the car. We rest when we're done. So now I'm going down the other side of Catsicam, so I'm not going to go down to Red Tarn today. That'll have to be another route. And I was sort of thinking, actually, perhaps one day I could come back and I could come up to Red Tarn, or come up the way we came, come down to Red Tarn, go up Swirral Edge, then you can come down and you can get the extra summits of Rays and stuff and go round, and that'd be a really nice big loop actually. So that's now on the list. I love that when you come out here and you see different trails and you spend time looking at the map, it's like you tick one off and end up gaining like another 2 or 3 to do, which is just so great. The Lake District's amazing. It's got over 1,800 miles worth of footpaths that are open to the public, and there's just so much to explore. God, made it. Woo. Here we are on the track then. That'll take us back to Glenridding. Oh, that was quite a... Oh, knees. Still got them. Yep, good. So we got Red Tarn Beck here now, and that's what we're going to follow around till it joins Glenridding Beck, and then hopefully we'll be back down in the valley on our way to the car and the end of the walk. Oh my goodness. Just gonna spend a bit of time processing, I think. That was just so incredible today. And it's like, dude, it's like not even lunchtime. I'm just like, now what do I do with the afternoon? But there's so much to do here that honestly I'm spoiled for choice on a day like today. So I'll figure that out as I make my way down.
The path was easy to follow, so I allowed my eyes to relax on the tufts of cotton grass blowing all around. They're one of my favourite moorland plants and make me smile every time I see them.
I know I've gone on about it quite a bit today, but just really trying to watch my knees on this descent. I can literally feel them throbbing if I stop. Like, yeah, they're just throbbing. It's so weird. Who knew that your knees could pulse? Anyway, we're making quite a speedy descent, which is good because, I mean, again, knees, you can either just take it really slowly or you can kind of go like first gear and just like roll downhill. So just really trying to keep it light on the legs. So that's mostly what I've been doing. And right here you can see is a rather dried up version of the Glenridding Beck. So we're just joining that now, and we'll be walking along it all the way back to Glenridding itself. Could not be simpler.
Despite the ticking of time, I couldn't help but stop to appreciate the steady flow of the beck and the river, the constant trickle of water really soothing my soul. It was a heavenly moment, so I just had to slow down and take it in.
Really enjoying walking alongside this beck here. It's just so beautiful, and honestly this scene here, I mean, this looks like it could be in the Alps. It's unbelievable. But it's kind of interesting because I'm looking down at the rocks and you can see where the water's eroded them away, and the sort of winter height where it's got maximum force. But there's also like little holes drilled into the rocks where a rock has been stuck and it's been swirled round and round and round over all of the years, and you just get holes in the stone. It's crazy.
Unexpectedly, although very much on the map, I passed by a little reservoir and a dam nearby the Helvellyn Youth Hostel, sitting at 963 feet above sea level. It was a tranquil spot, sat beneath some old mines and quarries, which I studied momentarily before pressing on down the valley.
Here we go, so Glenriddin is just below us now. We're making great progress back to the car. I'm trying really hard not to rush because I just want to reflect on this morning's adventure. It's been so fantastic. It even pulled me outside of my comfort zone a little bit on Striding Edge. Not that I was afraid, but I did get a bit dizzy, and I don't know whether that was just my senses going, Abbie, get a grip, because I'm trying to do it all one-handed. But we managed and came down safely as well. It's the descent that most accidents tend to happen, and so far we're accident free, so that's happy days. But yeah, it's just been, oh, I just can't believe it. I can't believe this weather. Just so thankful, so grateful for so much today. Heart is fit to burst, and of course I've got to share it with you guys. So thank you for following, and I hope perhaps you've been inspired to take on your own challenge. What's the adventure that's calling you? Respond to that call, you know, train, get to that place where you can take it on confidently, and then do it. And hey, if it doesn't work out, trails like this, they're not going anywhere. So guys, thank you for watching. Enjoy those adventures and stay wild.